Good morning, witches, and welcome to this daily divination ceremony for August 17th, 2026. This is a collective divination ceremony where we are asking, where does our attention need to be today in order to bring the most expansion in our relationship with our life and our practice? My name is Jen Marie. I am an initiated high priestess and sorceress of chaos. I wrote the Grimoire of the Ungovernable. I have a practice of over 30 years, 20 years of that being intensely engaging in underground witchcraft community spaces and, uh, yeah, teaching and stuff and stuff. That's awkward. Happy Monday. I'm going to just jump right into it. We've been on quite a journey this weekend. This weekend has been a little intense with the readings, has it not? Very pokey. Usually, when things are very pokey like that, we're being kind of guided and transitioned into something because we're stubborn. We're a stubborn group of people. And we don't generally make significant or scary changes unless we are like, unless there's a real good reason to, and that involves a good poking, apparently. All right. I'm going to start by taking 3 deep breaths, and then I'm going to go through the ceremony that I do to prepare my system, mind, body, and spirit for divination so I can get the clearest signal. I would suggest that you do the same. This is a wonderful opportunity for you to explore your own personal practice with divination. There is space here for that. You will see that there will be witches that will be putting the cards that they draw into the comments as well. This gives us the opportunity to see that, number one, we all have access to the same information. Number two, we're all interpreting it through the lens of our own perspective. And number three, we're able to get that sweet, sweet validation that we're a lot more connected than we've been made to believe. So here we go. I have Baxter here as my co-host. He's sitting in the chair right there. He's getting used to the new studio. And Baxter's my familiar, and he's blind. So getting used to the new studio has been a whole thing for him. So it's very heartwarming that he's settled in the chair. I humbly invite all that is fire within this system to witness this working. And if alignment is found, may you choose to bless this flow. I humbly invite all that is air within this system to witness this working. And if alignment is found, may you choose to bless this flow. I humbly invite all that is earth within this system to witness this working. And if alignment is found, may you choose to bless this flow. I humbly invite all that is water within this system to witness this working. And if alignment is found, may you choose to bless this flow. I beckon to this system. May we now align as one. For my cousins are the elements, and so the moon and sun. I call to those who love me. You are welcome in this space, for our nature is united, sharing magic, life, and grace. And now, make a declaration of intention. I choose now, in this moment, to align with my whole self. To pull the book that tells my story from its place upon the shelf. I enter now this circle made of trust and hope and power. And I show up for my practice in this place and at this hour, because I am home. I'm always trying to get away from the mic, like always, in everything. I find microphones incredibly intrusive. So grab your decks and spread them, witches. Let's do some divination. I'm going to put out that incense because, whew, some good stuff. Try to get my mic closer to my face. Someday, witches, we are going to have someone in our international coven and community that is passionate about videography, video editing, sound, lighting, that kind of stuff, that can kind of counterbalance my very special relationship with technology and anything battery powered or Bluetooth or anything like that. Um, the fact that we're all able to do this and meet online like this is so great. It's not because not because of me necessarily. It's because I have a lot of help, and we're able to find ways around my very special relationship with tech. The question we're asking is, where does our attention need to be today in order to bring the most expansion in our relationship with our life and our practice? All right. This is a 2-card draw. Again, this is collective. Applies to us all, including myself. I'm not above this. We drew the Queen of Pentacles upright. Okay. An upright Queen of Pentacles is a precaution to avoid any misaligned investments. They seek to teach you to be independent and wise. This card represents nurture, comfort, and stability. And the reversed is, when reversed, the Queen of Pentacles is telling you to focus on self-care. You have been spending a lot of time and energy on caring for your family or work. Now is a time to sit back and focus inward. Seek aid if you need help to balance all of your responsibilities, whether that's a housekeeper, a nanny, or something similar. What does that feel like for you guys? What does that feel like for you? If your guides were using this card to communicate a facet of your relationship with your life, what are they talking about? So, this card, sometimes, like, to be very honest, we, uh, like I said before, these cards apply to myself as well. I'm not above this reading, and in fact, sometimes it's a little hard for me to needle apart what is a direct message for me and my, like, practice and what is the collective message. And because of the way that I am tied to the communities that I serve, a lot of times it's the same thing. So I end up experiencing, um, what the community is experiencing so that I know best the medicine that the community needs. And today is interesting. It's a here at Weird Brook, it's a day of grief. Um, and so there's going to be a lot of this nurturing and stability and like a safe and secure place to foster uh, that uh, grief. And but it's more than that. This particular card because it's as we all know, when you're in survival mode all the time, when you are constantly needing to like pour into something outside of yourself so that you can have your like financial or your material needs met. When you're in that cycle, you don't really have the the resources available for self-care, for taking that time to allow your system to process and allow your mind, body, and spirit to adjust uh, in ways that like grief or big changes in catalyst require sometimes. And on the other side of this coin, oftentimes as the neurodivergent witches in our communities, we tend to pour into our communities and provide that safe, nurturing, secure space for others to be able to heal and to be able to recover. But because of the ways that we were indoctrinated to be like martyrs or to like get that a good person gives of themselves first, always, right? It puts us into this unsustainable cycle. And this is kind of this gentle reminder that we are allowed those like creature comforts as well. Those like nurturing spaces that we feel cared for and we feel secure, like we have roots in some way. Does that make sense? So, in what ways today can you allow yourself that like cozy space of recovery that that to Allow yourself to appreciate the resources that you do have, um, rather than give that to others the way that you do. Do that for yourself in some way, right? And now we got to look at what we're in resistance to or in denial of that's influencing our ability to actually allow ourselves to enjoy those like creature comforts or those nurturing spaces. This is like the difference of, okay, I'm trying to explain what this is specifically, how the Queen of Pentacles is different from the like Queen of Cups, right? Because this is kind of towing the line a little bit into like Queen of Cups territory. But the difference here is that this is more about um, access to resources, like this stable, um, kind of appreciating what you have as well. So this is the difference of taking a little extra time to make it special, right? So if you're having lunch, uh, instead of eating out of the container from the place you got lunch from, put it on a nice plate and, put a little flower in a vase and just kinda enjoying that. How can you dig a little deeper into the enjoyment of things? This is using the fancy china, having a candlelit dinner because you have candles. You can make it special like that. It's more that kind of vibe. Something that you would do for someone else because I know how nurturing you are. You wanna make sure that others feel celebrated and appreciated and are enjoying their life. You're allowed that too, okay? So now I'm gonna turn over what we're in resistance to or in denial of. The Hermit reversed. So, I'm gonna read this. This is what you're in resistance to or in denial of. Remember that as I read this. Seclusion at this time may do more harm than good, as it will cause you to get lost in a world all your own. Be sure to connect with those around you. The hermit may also be implying that you need to investigate something that may be troubling you. And the upright is, don't ignore your inner voice. To hear yourself, you may need to unplug and step away from the chaos. Be sure to take time to be alone to do some soul searching. Your answers are within. And remember, this is what you're in resistance to or in denial of that's influencing your ability to allow that nurturing. And I'm trying real hard not to influence your interpretation of this card. I have a real hard time, like, I don't have a poker face. I suck at that. You know exactly how I'm feeling. I think I wear it on my sleeve. Have I given you enough time to think? Hermit. So the Northern Hemisphere witches are, I know it's only the first harvest, right? But we are creeping toward our inward turn that kind of begins in October when the leaves fall. Right. Uh, and I talk about what an inward turn, what I'm talking about in the grimoire of the ungovernable. So if you're uh, confused about that, and that is a kind of a hermit mode that we go into, a deep introspection that we go into. And a lot of us are very resistant to this deep introspective time because we're interpreting it as seasonal depression. We're thinking it's bad for us to isolate. It's bad for us to be thinking about and processing the difficult catalyst that we've experienced when that's a natural process. We're supposed to do that. Anyway, so we're in resistance to this hermit thing, this like doing things alone because we're supposed to be social. We're supposed to uh, want connection and production all the time. Okay. So, how many of you only bring the nice china out when there are guests, visitors, right? How many of you only put that special effort, use the cloth napkins, do the special, bring out the super soft towels when there's company? Uh, you can do that for yourself when you're in an introspective hermit mode. Right? You are worth that. And other people may not understand your um, doing things like having a candlelit dinner by yourself or making something of your everyday special in some way. And that's what this Queen of Pentacles is about, making it's special and like that creature comforts is a good like thing. So, and this could be also wearing like a fancy dress around the house if you wanted to. It's something that you love to do that you normally reserve for like guests or others. And this is that your resistance to allowing those kinds of like creature comforts for yourself is what you want to kind of look at a little bit today. Yeah. And some of us already do this. Some of us already do this. This is a uh, do it more on purpose, intentionally. Right? How can you up your game? This like self care, nurturing for yourself, allowing those creature comforts for just yourself in celebration of this like inward turn. Okay. Well, that's our reading for the day. It's very cut and dry and to the point. Does anyone have any questions? Anyone? So, one thing, thank you, Ocean, our mod God, put this wonderful banner on here to remind us all that today is a special, we have a special event. We call it an alignment call for anyone who's been kind of on the fence of whether or not to participate in our initiation process. Like I said before, we have an international coven of neurodivergent witches. Our initiation process is 13 moons long, and it is a very intense shadow work, deconstruction work, decolonization work process that is very, very well supported by this international community of neurodivergent witches. And to decide whether or not it's for you, we instead of doing private sessions with people, these private alignment calls, we just do once a month. We get together and you get to talk to members of the support team and ask them questions directly, and we get to share with you kind of what foundations means to us. Uh, and sometimes we have others there as well that can share what foundations means to them and how it influenced their life going through this process, because foundations, the path of a witch born of shadow, changes you forever. It completely changes you. And that's hard to express to people because it changes us all in different ways walking this path. So that's today at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're interested, you can go to that little widget right there and join us in the call. I look forward to hearing your questions. I will be there myself. And I think that's it. Let's close out this working. Put your hand on your heart and take a deep breath. This working is now closing, but the magic has just begun. I humbly thank the elements and both the moon and sun. To all who chose to bless this flow, I now sincerely thank you. May our practice be expansive and our course be clear and true. All right, witches. I will either see you later on this evening at that alignment call, open to the public, anyone can come, or I will see you on Friday when we do this daily divination ceremony again. And remember, until then, if you can't be good at it. Bye.